My brothers from another mother. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some of the specifics of the Dinan tuned M5 that I'm currently driving. You now know her as Dina. I've put about 5,000 kilometers on her now, but I haven't really gotten into all the upgrades. They total about $20,000 Canadian. So I'm going to take you on a step-by-step tour of the hardware first, and then I'll talk more about the software after that and give you all the details of what it includes. So first let's talk about the Dinan wheels. These are actually significantly lighter than the F10 20-inch wheels that come with the car. The Dinan 20s are 9.5 by 20 on the front and 10.5 by 20 on the rear. The factory sizes are 9 by 20 and 10 by 20, so these are half an inch wider front and rear. These are also lightweight forge wheels, and Dinan recommends 275s on the front, and on the back they recommend a 305. They also mention on the front you can put a 285 to reduce the understeer. I found that the car handles fairly neutrally the way that it's set up, so I'm not going to change the tire, but I might widen the front next time I have to go through a tire change. Also, with respects to the weight, the Dinans are 22 pounds and 23 pounds respectively, front and rear, versus the factory M5 wheels, which are 24.7 and 25.8. And stock is 265 and 295 rear, so 265 fronts and 295 rear. So I'm pretty sure most of the weight savings comes from the spoke design. Sorry, the wheels are a little bit dirty, but they're fairly thin spoke. They've got the carve outs for the lightness, and as you can see, it's going to come in low. These are fat tires. Now, that being said, they do have a hard time actually putting the power down. I'll talk more about that in another video, but I just wanted to go over the hardware and the software, the Dinan stuff that's been applied to the car. Around back here, we've got the Dinan muffler section. It does have, let's see if we can see it here. You can see it right there. It has the solenoid to open up the valve in the muffler. Let's see which one it is, and it'll be in the one on the left actually, and you can't see it right now, but it is in there. So depending on what you set the car to, if it's in comfort, it'll stay closed so it's quiet. When I first got the car, it was actually hardwired open, which I found too noisy, so I had them bypass it so that it follows the settings of the car. So when you have it in Sport or Sport Plus, it opens up the valve and it makes the car a little bit louder. Coming around to the front here at the engine, it also has another piece of hardware in here, which is of course the Dinan Carbon Fiber. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a focus on that. The Dinan Carbon Fiber intake, which of course runs to these two cans. There's two of them, one on the left side and one on the right side, to feed the air into the engine. High flow air filters in both of them. I don't believe they're washable filters. They're replaceable. They're about 50 bucks each, so they're not too expensive. But the filters would, of course, go in there. So that's all the hardware that you can see on the car. Just to update you as far as cost, the wheels are about $6,400. The carbon fiber intake is $3,100. The Dinan muffler section is about $3,600. And the software, which I'll show you in the car, is about $3,600. Which is roughly $16,000 American. Total cost Canadian is about $20,000. So there's about 20 grand in upgrades in this car. It does make a big difference. Do I think it's worth it? Hell yeah, definitely, for sure. Let's go in the car and I'll show you the software component of it. Alright fellas, so we're in the car and I'm just going to have to turn it on for it to connect. And what it'll allow me to do is update my settings on the software. So the first thing it wants me to do is enter in what's called a MAC ID or MAC address. You get this with the software, and it allows you to log in to the app that you download. It's a free app, there's no cost to it. I'm just going to punch in my code here. and that should allow me to connect to the car. Now, this is a very, very simple component of it. I think this part's about $3,800. The software is, of course, a full proper system. Dinan's very conservative with its software tuning versus other tuners. You will get up to, I believe, 693 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque with the stage 2 setting. With the stage 1, I believe it's about 18 horsepower less and about 20 pound-feet of torque. And then B bypass is, of course, the factory setting, which is 560 horsepower and I believe 500 pound-feet of torque. So you can basically set it to whatever you want, whether it's S2 or stage 2. It's going to go to stage 2. Let's see if it changes that. And it's as simple as that. And you've got your software updated. If you've got any questions with respects to the way this car operates with the Dinan software and the hardware, I'm happy to do a more specific video on it. Just wanted to give you a rundown of everything that has been installed in the car. The only thing I haven't installed is a suspension change, and that's simply because I find the car rides fairly firm as it is, and even though I could lower it to make it look more cosmetically appealing, I didn't want to compromise the ride. So I'm very happy with where it's at right now. Thanks for checking out the video. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Peace!